Why is it that some people answer calls without thinking twice, while others feel their stomach drop the moment their phone rings? Believe it or not, both reactions come from the same place in the brain, and the reason might surprise you. Avoiding phone calls isn't really about being antisocial. It's about performance anxiety. When your phone rings, your brain doesn't just hear a call, it hears a demand for instant, unscripted interaction. There's no time to think, no chance to edit, no delete button. For many people, that triggers the same response as being called on stage without preparation, and the science backs this up. Phone calls push your prefrontal cortex into overdrive. This is the part of your brain responsible for planning, organizing thoughts, and choosing words carefully. But on a call, it has to do all of that in real time with zero margin for error. For people who overthink or process slowly, that's not just uncomfortable, it's cognitively exhausting. Your brain is literally working harder during a phone call than it does when you text. But here's where it gets interesting. It's not just anxiety, it's intimacy avoidance. And this is the part most people don't realize. A phone call forces a level of presence many of us aren't ready for. You can't multitask your way through it. You can't hide behind emojis or carefully crafted sentences. It's raw, it's real time, it's you. And for a generation raised on curated communication, that kind of vulnerability feels terrifying. Think about it. When you text, you control the narrative. You decide when to respond, how to phrase things, what version of yourself to present. But a phone call strips all of that away. It exposes hesitations, awkward pauses, the real tone of your voice. It demands authenticity in a world where we've learned to edit ourselves constantly. That's why even calling to order pizza feels like a task. It's not about the pizza, it's about being seen without a filter. And here's the deeper truth. Your relationship with phone calls mirrors your relationship with spontaneity. People who avoid calls often crave predictability. They need time to prepare, to script responses, to control the emotional flow. An unexpected call disrupts that safety. It asks you to be present without preparation, and that feels like losing control. There's another layer. Phone calls carry emotional weight now because they're rare. 20 years ago, calls were casual. Now when someone calls instead of texting, your brain immediately thinks, emergency, bad news, something's wrong. That anticipatory dread builds before you even see who's calling. The ring itself has become a trigger. Your phone habits whisper who you are. Answering easily says, I'm comfortable with uncertainty. Avoiding calls says, I need structure to feel safe. Neither is wrong, both are just different nervous systems trying to protect themselves. So next time you feel guilty for ignoring a call, remember this. You're not broken, you're not rude. You're just someone who needs time to show up as their best self. And that's not weakness, that's self-awareness. Connection doesn't have to be spontaneous to be real. Some people thrive on surprise conversations. Others need space to prepare. Both are valid ways to care. Peace isn't about forcing yourself to answer every ring. It's about knowing what you need to stay grounded. Are you like this too? Drop a comment and tell me your honest relationship with phone calls. And don't forget to subscribe. We break down everyday habits and explain the psychology simply.